What's your passion? Through the pain, what's your plane? Is it plane? On a plane? Hydroplane?
Where your south node is on your chart, which is it's going to show what your past life, a lot about your past life. There are things that are going to be very familiar and come extremely easy to you. It's very innate, and that's because it has to do with aspects in your chart, but also your south node. It's very familiar. You spent your last life or many lifetimes doing these things that we'll go over that have to do with the south node. Now, with that in mind, you can bring things from your past life or past lives into this lifetime that are not serving you. And that's why it's really good to understand the north and the south node. And your past life is in the south node, and it's in the 12th house in Capricorn. So the past life was spent very much being in your own inner world. You spent a lot of time diving into the subconscious of your mind and really diving into spiritual matters. So this is going to be second nature with you. You may even have an inclination and want to escape a lot into your head. So that's what the 12th house has to do. It has to do with a lot of subconscious things and mystical things, whereas the opposite house, the 6th house, where you're being called to be right now in this lifetime, this is why your soul chose to be here, is to grow in this area of life. You're being called to be very aware of your surroundings and specifically to serve in a nurturing aspect, because the 6th house is affiliated with Virgo, and Virgo, the heart of Virgo is to serve, and your north node is in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is all about nurturing. Your south node, your past life, it's you spent a lot of lives, or your last life, really just being like in this abyss in your world. You weren't really present in what was going on around you. And because it was in Capricorn, it's almost like it was your job. Like, this is what you were committed to doing in your last life. It's a hard placement when you have a north and south node in the 6th house and the 12th house. For example, you may lose track of time very easily getting in your head with a south node in the 12th house, because the 6th house has to do with Virgo. It has to do with getting stuff done. It has to do with what is done between 9 and 5. So it's very dictated around a clock. What do I need to do next? Okay, what is next? What do I need to do at 3? Who am I meeting at 4? That's 6th house energy. And that's where you're being called to be now. But the opposite of the 6th house is the 12th house. There's no concept of time. That's how different they are. You could have a lot of escapist tendencies that could come easily to you, or one thing that I'm seeing is that you could be overwhelmed sometimes with like your purpose. Like, it could feel too much, and then you want to kind of escape into your head, could be how it could feel. North node is in Cancer. There is going to be a life's purpose that is trying to facilitate your soul's urge to learn how to accept also this emotional side of you, because it's in Cancer.